Good day children, Sai Ram and welcome back after the exam. How was your exam children? I hope it went well. Now we'll start with our second term lessons. Our first lesson over here we are going to start is non-cooperation movement. Children, what have we learned in our previous lesson? Do you all remember? You all must have studied that lesson, right? What have we learned in that lesson? We have learned about the moderates and the extremists. Okay, then we have learned about Montagu-Chelmsford Act of 1919. Okay, these were the things which we have already learned in our previous lesson. Now in this lesson we are going to start with a new topic, that is non-cooperation movement. The word itself must have told you what is the meaning of this lesson. Non-cooperation. That means we are not going to cooperate. Okay, let's learn more about this non-cooperation movement. The year from 1920 till 1947, till we got freedom. This is the era which is called as the Gandhian era. Why do you think this era is called as the Gandhian era? Because during this time, after Lokmanya Tilak, after the death of Lokmanya Tilak, the full work or the full reins of national movement went into the hands of Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, and Mahatma Gandhi gave a new direction to this movement, and that also on the principles of, as you all know, Mahatma Gandhi followed the principles, certain principles. What were the principles of Mahatma Gandhi? Truth was there, non-violence was there, Satyagraha was there. These were the principles followed by Mahatma Gandhi. On this basis, Mahatma Gandhi gave a new direction to this movement, because of which it led to a new era. Okay, the new era in the freedom movement of India. Okay, understood children? So 1920 to 1947 is known as Gandhian era. Okay, after the death of Lokmanya Tilak in the year 1920, the full work, that is the full reins of national movement went into the hands of Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, let's continue. Next part. Role of Gandhiji in South Africa. In the year 1893, Mahatma Gandhi had gone to South Africa for some legal work. That time South Africa was a colony of the British. That means the Britishers were ruling over there also. And the Indians, those who were staying in South Africa, were treated very, very badly over there. They were humiliated. They were treated as criminals. In the year 1906, the government, that is the British government over there, had passed on a law that it was compulsory for every black, see, blacks here means naturally the Indians were treated as blacks. Okay, every blacks has to carry an identity card. Now you'll say, what is there to carry an identity card? But just because of that identity card, depending upon that identity card, their freedoms were also restricted. They were not given full freedom. Okay, there was a certain restrictions for the Indians. And one such restriction, you can see, you all must have heard about the story of Mahatma Gandhi, who had taken a ticket of a first class compartment in a train. And when he went and sat in the train, he was just pulled out of the train and thrown on the platform. You all must be remembering that incident, if at all you all have heard about it. Okay, so such type of treatment even Mahatma Gandhi got over there in South Africa. Now because of seeing all this thing, Mahatma Gandhi decided that he is going to gain justice for the people over here. He is going to gain justice for the Indian people over here. Okay, and so he started the path of Satyagraha. Okay, so following the path of Satyagraha, he gained justice for the people in South Africa. Understood children? So this is how in South Africa, this was a work we can say of Gandhiji in South Africa. Later on, you can see over in this picture how Gandhiji was thrown out of the train. At last, Gandhiji arrived in India. on 9 January 1915. As soon as Gandhiji arrived in India, what happened? Gopal Krishna Gokhale went and met Gandhiji and told him to go on a tour in India. That means to go around India and see the condition of the people. But when Gandhiji went on a tour over India, okay, he was very much touched by it. Seeing the misery of the people, seeing the poverty of the people in India, Gandhiji became very sad. And Gandhiji decided that he is going to do something for the people in India. He is going to work for the people in India. Okay, so Gandhiji stayed at Sabarmati Ashram in Ahmedabad and followed a new technique of Satyagraha to gain justice for the people in India. Okay, seeing the plight of the people, seeing the poverty, seeing the misery of the people in India, Gandhiji decided that he is going to stay here only in India and he is going to work for the people. Okay, and he is going to gain justice for the people in India. And that also through Satyagraha, without harming anyone, without fighting. Okay, he is going to gain justice for the people. Okay. Now, what is this philosophy of Satyagraha? From when I am talking about Satyagraha? That is, Gandhiji gained justice for the people in South Africa through Satyagraha. Then Gandhiji decided to gain justice for the people in India for following the path of Satyagraha. What is this Satyagraha actually? Satyagraha means insistence of truth, following the path of truth. Now, what is the objective of Satyagraha? The objective of Satyagraha is through patience, keeping calm and cool, okay, through patience and through Satyagraha only, an unjust person is made aware that whatever he is doing is wrong. Okay, an unjust person is made aware of truth and justice and also to bring transformation in his views. Okay, so Gandhiji taught the people that through Satyagraha, any unjust person can be made aware that he is doing wrong thing and he should give justice to the people in front of him. Okay, Satyagraha has the full power to change the views of the unjust person. Okay, then a person following Satyagraha, it is always said that a person who follows Satyagraha should never use violence. Okay, and untruth means there should be no violence. Okay, violence here means fighting and all. No violence should be there. Then untruthful means should not be accepted. When we are following this path, we should follow this also. Gandhiji's path. Now, later on, what happened? Later on, not only in India, but in many parts of the world, people started adopting the path of Satyagraha to fight against injustice. So this Gandhiji's philosophy of Satyagraha was not only followed in India, but it was followed in the whole world now. Many people were influenced by this philosophy, like Martin Luther King. Okay, Martin Luther King, he was struggling hard for the rights of the blacks in America. So he followed the path of Satyagraha, as well as Nelson Mandela in South Africa. He also followed the philosophy of Satyagraha. And they also felt the need of Satyagraha. Okay, and they could also feel that Satyagraha is the philosophy which can transform anybody's views. Okay, so this is only called as philosophy of Satyagraha. There is one instance wherein that is called as Champaran Satyagraha. Now, what is the Champaran Satyagraha about? The farmers who were there in Champaran. Okay, Champaran is a place in Bihar. Okay, Champaran is a region in Bihar where the farmers were there. They were forced to cultivate indigo crop. Now this indigo crop they were cultivating also. Okay, but they suffered economically. Why the farmers were suffering economically? Because they received a fixed amount from the planters, and that only amount the farmers used to give them, which was not at all satisfactory for the farmers. So the cultivators over there, they were suffering economically. So what Gandhiji did, he organized the farmers in Champaran and launched an agitation against this, but by the means of Satyagraha only. Okay, by the way of Satyagraha only, in the year 1917, Gandhiji organized the farmers and started a agitation against the planters. Okay, now Gandhiji's first war of independence became successful because of this. Okay, because of the Satyagraha he had started. Okay, it was successful. How it was successful? The farmers got justice because of this Satyagraha. So this incident is only called as Champaran Satyagraha, to gain justice for Champaran farmers through Satyagraha. That is called as Champaran Satyagraha. Okay, this incident took place in 1917. This was the first war of independence which had become successful. Our next Satyagraha is the Kheda Satyagraha. Now what is this Kheda Satyagraha about? There were constant famines in the Kheda district of Gujarat. Okay, and just because of these famines, already the people were very much troubled by it. Okay, they were not at all, there was a total discontent among the people in Kheda district. About that, they were made to pay the taxes. When there is no crops only, okay, when they are not having any crops, they are not having water to grow the crops, such a intense type of famines is going on. In spite of that, they were forced to pay the taxes. Was it possible for the poor people to pay the taxes in such a condition? It was not possible. Okay, so seeing this, Gandhiji suggested the farmers, better you all refuse the tax. Tell the government that we are not able to pay the taxes. Okay, but the British government was not at all ready to listen to them. So what did the people in the Kheda district do? They started a movement against it. Okay, and for the leadership of this movement, Gandhiji was invited. Okay, Gandhiji accepted the leadership of this movement, okay, in the year 1918. And just because of this Gandhiji's acceptance of leadership, within a very short period, the government had to suspend the tax of the Kheda district. So this is how Gandhiji had gained justice for the people in Kheda district. So this incident is called as Kheda Satyagraha, which took place in 1918. I hope children you all have understood till now how many Satyagrahas we have done. One is Champaran Satyagraha and the second one is Kheda Satyagraha. These were the Satyagrahas which took place in India. Now let's see about the next Satyagraha, that is the workers' movement. Now, workers' movement at Ahmedabad. The First World War was going on, and just because of the First World War, there was a great inflation. Okay, what is the meaning of inflation, children? Price hike. The prices of the different goods had rised up too much, which was unbearable for the commoners. Okay, so what did the mill workers do? They started demanding the rise in salary from the mill owners. They demanded that there is an inflation, we require money, and so we want our salary to be raised. We want more salary. The mill owners rejected this. They said that no, we cannot rise your salary. Okay, so this is what there was a conflict between the mill workers and the mill owners. Now Gandhiji came to know about this, and Gandhiji suggested the workers about going on a strike. Okay, So as on the advice of Gandhiji, the mill workers, they went on a hunger strike. Okay, Bhukh Hartal, you all must have heard about it. Okay, so hunger strike was started by the mill workers. Seeing this, the mill owners had to back off. They had to give up. Okay, and decided that the salary will be increased. So this is how the workers at Ahmedabad, they had gained justice for themselves. Okay, and this incident is called as the workers' movement at Ahmedabad. I hope children you all have understood till here. Okay. In this lesson, what we have learned till now? We have learned about Gandhiji's arrival in India. Then philosophy of Satyagraha. Then we have learned about the Champaran Satyagraha. Then we have learned about the Kheda Satyagraha. And we have also learned about the workers' movement at Ahmedabad. Okay children, that's all for today's lesson. The remaining part of the lesson will continue in the next lecture. Till then, thank you children.